Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for today's WFB Live. I'm Kim Walgren, the editor of Wood Floor Business. And today, as our guests, we again have two of the most respected wood flooring pros in the industry. We have my friends Vartan and Avitas from LED Coating Solutions by Archetypal. And they are not only some of the most award-winning pros in the industry, but they also have extensive background studying color theory for wood flooring and wood in general. In addition, Vartan has a background as a fine artist, and so he has some extensive insights he can share with us on how color theory relates to wood. So before I turn it over to them, just two things to let you know. One is that if you have any questions during the presentation, we will be having time for a Q&A at the end of this, and so put any questions you have into the questions panel in your GoToMeeting webinar control panel on the right. And then also we will be receiving a recording of this tomorrow. So if you want to refer back to it or share it with friends or colleagues or coworkers, you will be receiving that. So with that, I will turn it over to Avitas and Vartan.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm Avitas Duvenjan from LED Coating Solutions by Archetypal.
And hi, I'm Vartan Arutunyan, also from LED Coating Solutions by Archetypal. Thank you for joining us today. We will do some demos for you today, and I will be assisting Avitas, helping him.
Okay. So we have a short video for you prepared with our best of knowledge that how the color theory works. And we take it on consideration that not only the color theory, we really want to demonstrate here, how color theory will work on a wood, interacting with wood. Because like we know that in color theory, you take a green oil, green color, you just put it on a white canvas, it's always a green. But if you're putting the green over the mahogany red, over suddenly it's turning it a brownish or gray. So the interaction of the color theory with wood is a little bit different, and that's what we want to stress on. But before to get to that, I want you to understand the overall the color theory as a science, because it's always same. There is not really much art in there, it's more science. So understand the science, but also the most important part of it, not only the science of the mixing the colors, also the light, how the light plays such a big role on the color theory, mixing with the colors, and a very big significant role, and also how the quality of the light, which is the CRI, works as the two overall together. So that's really important for us. When you watch, make sure you really pay attention on a part of the light, how it affects to the colors, and also the quality of the light. It's a huge effect to it. Then it will give us a lot of tools when we work with our products, the clients, and we can also direct them to the right direction to understand what color we're looking at. Thank you, and good luck watching it. I'll be here waiting. Right after we're done, we will go ahead and show some demos, what you learn and how to apply it on the wood surface.
Enjoy the video.
Take care, guys. Հասկացա, բայց աննենց եք խառնվե իրար, էդի մեծ մի հատ բան չի, դու ավելի շատ.
Color is one of the most important tools we have in visual expression, especially when it comes to flooring. Color theory is the study behind color and our first step in understanding why we see the colors we see. However, color temperature and CRI are two other variables that play into the way we see color. We will explore both of these individually in the following two videos. All basic color theory stems from the color wheel. The color wheel was invented by Isaac Newton and consists of primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors. Primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. These colors are high contrast and are most simple. Secondary colors consist of green, purple, and orange. They are made by combining our primary colors. Tertiary colors occur by mixing equal parts of our primary and secondary colors together. Thus, our full 12-color color wheel is formed. But what about all the other colors? Different colors are made when you take any of the 12 hues, aka colors, add or subtract saturation, add or subtract value, also known as tint, tone, and shade, and that's it. Got it? Alright, let's break this down properly. In some ways, it's much easier to look at color in a rectangular gradient. Here's why. On the right, in that long colorful rectangle, are our hues. The hues probably are familiar, as they are the same as our color wheel. The hues are each color at its most saturated. The saturation in our model here is on the x-axis. Saturation is essentially how vibrant a color appears. Ever seen an old Kodachrome image? This now extinct 35mm film stock was known for its high saturation. But what does it look like when we lower the saturation? The color becomes more muted and really changes. And how about if we lower it all the way? The image becomes grayscale, or black and white as we call it in photography. But the image isn't just black and white. And that is because of value, which can be described as lightness and darkness. Value can be viewed on our y-axis and consists of three parts: tint, tone, and shade. When you add white to a hue, it is known as tint. When you add gray to a hue, it is known as tone. When you add black to a hue, it is known as shade. As you can imagine, the way we form colors is crucial in color mixing for oil. When we mix our color oils from our primaries, we begin to form many different hues and get really specific about the color of our floors. But how do we choose what colors to use? This brings us to palette. So what's a palette? This is a palette, and this is a palette. A palette, when speaking of color, means a particular range, quality, or use of color. Or to put it simply, what colors we use in a certain project. If this feels daunting, don't fret. There are some simple color harmonies that can help us with this process. Color harmonies are different combinations of colors that go well together. First, we have complementary colors. These are colors directly across from each other that work well and provide a nice, high contrast. Analogous colors are colors that sit next to one another and form a nice, soothing combination that is easy to utilize. Next is monochromatic, which uses one hue and variations in the tint, tone, and shade to create pleasing and easy combinations. After that, we have triadic harmony. Triadic harmony utilizes colors evenly spaced on our color wheel that complement each other well. You might recognize this triadic combination as it displays our primary colors as well as our secondary colors, and so on. Last, we have our tetradic harmony, which consists of two sets of complementary colors, usually displayed as a rectangle. This combination forms a good foundation when one of the colors is used as a main color and the other three are used as accent colors. For more helpful videos and other deeper dives, please go to www.ledcoatingsolutions.com.
All right, so as you saw there, it's red, yellow, blue is the most important, the main colors which makes the entire color wheel. So right now, how can we apply this on the wood surface? What it's going to do to the wood surface? When we have the primary color, which mixing together, we get the secondary color and tertiary color. Now, when working on a wood surface, we have,
For example, we have mahogany.
we have a mahogany. What it's going to do when I take the red, the yellow and red, and trying to neutralize my my mahogany. It's not going to happen because I have the red already here. So what's it's missing from primary color? It's missing over here the yellow and blue. So
Let's wet the wood so we could see
Yeah,
a real
yeah.
color.
So when I go ahead and wet the mahogany, I get nice reddish tone to it. And let's say we don't want that reddish tone. I want to kill that tone a little bit. Of course, I can go ahead and make a very strong stained color and put it on and darken this, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep it in the same tone, but what I want to do, I want to kill that red a little
For
bit.
example, to get antique brown.
Okay, like an old dark mahogany. Old mahogany doesn't have to be dark, but it just, okay. So what are we going to do today? We're going to use LED technology. So I'm going to use vesting and Heidelberg oils, okay, to do this. We will go ahead and make some clear oils. We will put it on here, and then I'm going to use red, yellow, blue mixture colors. So here, what I have just a little bit of the Heidelberg clear oil. Because it's a mahogany, I want to give a little depth. This is the clear oil. Just put it on a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I will take the red, yellow, blue here.
And the glasses, please.
Yes. I want to make my color to go ahead and break the red on the mahogany. So basically, I'm going to make my third color is going to be green because I'm missing a yellow and blue. So to make green, I'm going to put blue. And a little bit yellow. Right here, I'm using vesting colors. This is their red, yellow, blue. They kind of put this together as a oil that already diluted. So the type of green I got, as you could see, it's kind of neon green. And which side I wet it? Here I am. I'm gonna try that first. I just put it on a little bit to see the difference. So I think we're gonna need a little bit more, huh, Martin?
I would go much stronger.
You wanna go much stronger?
Yeah, this is already, it's not the pigment, it's already oil, so you can
Okay,
use
so
without even.
I'm gonna go a little bit, but I wanna still keep it transparent. I don't wanna go too much over. Okay. Okay, so I'm killing the red. If I put the just a clear oil over here. I want you to see the difference a little bit. Okay. I'll go a little bit more blue in there. Can I have the blue, please? The other colors also. Yeah, I just want because you gave me the caps. They are not pigment, they are wax, actually.
We have pigments too, if you want.
I have it now. Yeah. Okay, as you see that, how it's changing slowly towards to the brown. So could make a little bit more stronger. As you see, I didn't start strong right away because I want to keep that transparency.
But the good thing about this oil is that you could do it one coat, and then you could, if you are not satisfied with it, you could go another coat over
Yeah,
it
you can do that over it again.
and get exactly what you're looking for.
Look at how much green I have here, but I'm still, if you look at it, more pads.
Keep closer to the camera.
Yeah, I just wanna, can I have more white pad, please? Small white pads. Okay, as you see, now it's going more and more to the gray. And if I wanted to get more, a little bit more brownish gray, I can add a little bit more blue to it. One more sample in the bottom. So you can change this as much as you want. Basically, I totally killed the red. Look at this now. And look at that. It's totally killed. So basically, if I take that as the color, I could go ahead and use that as a color. So I don't have any more red in the mahogany. It's a kind of little antique, you know, and I can go ahead and have some rags and
Black walnut color you got.
yeah, and the battery light. Okay. Okay. So
Always keep away from the light, because the light is gonna cure it.
okay. So that's the mahogany. It's just a regular oil on it and slowly brought it to the point that you don't see the red. So this one was directly on the piece of wood. You see the difference? It looks beautiful, almost walnut brown, but it's so easy that I made my green almost yellow green because I didn't want it to get too dark, and that's the way I got
Now the question.
Yeah.
What if you want to have it darker?
This color darker.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get it darker, you just keep this mixture what you have. You don't change nothing. But what you could add to have exactly the same but darker? It's simple. Just black. Add some black to it, and you will get darker color very close.
As you saw in a video, you
Right.
can tone it.
Tone it with black.
Tone it with black. I'm going to get some black. We have some people here helping us. They not paying attention. So here we go. And this is just a little black. And
no. Add these two. Add second coat over it.
yeah, Vartan don't want it to go back to red. That's why I want to put the green in it. That's a beautiful color. Wow, that's gorgeous. Here we go. So it's kind of a little darker and no red in it at all. Okay, I think it's enough for mahogany.
But to have this kind of result in a second, this technology, beautiful technology, gives us that opportunity. LED cured oil.
Yeah, with this LED technology, you really get that. And also you can do layers and layers. So if you put that layer, you're not happy with it, you want to go darker, you could go ahead, put the tone and make it darker. But most important, we kill the red in it. There is no red. Okay, next, what I'm going to talk about, let's throw these things to the garbage. And I want to keep this place clean. Okay, so what are we going to do now? We're going to go ahead and get the next one. What do we have in the next one, Vartan?
We have walnut. We have
No, I want to go the direction. What we have?
pink from oak.
Pink from oak. Okay, yeah, we get a lot of calls that they want the red oak. This is a red oak. You could see the middle pink. We just send it 120. And how to use the color theory. Let's go back again. And understand what we have here. So basically in mahogany, you saw you have a lot of red, and that's why I went very strong green to break it. So on a red oak, yeah, I need some papers. Okay, so if you see, you could see the pink in there. Do we have another one more pink? Red oak. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, this one is even more. You want this one?
Yeah, I want to see that one. I think this is pinker. Okay, so as you see the color, really how pink it gets. Basically, when you put the oil or any finish, it's going to get like embered. It's going to get pink like that.
Let's put some more inside.
Yeah, I can put the oil here on the side. Let's use on this one vesting. I'm going to use it. Okay. So mix this and then mix it and give me. I just want to put a little bit of the oil. As you could see the oil color, what it's going to get to. Yeah, it just gets, if you finish it with oil, basically that's the color you're going to get, pink on the white oak.
Just with the pure
oil or the ambered finish. So a lot of times I hear people, they want to make the red oak look like a white oak. So in this one, we're not going to go that advanced, but I'm going to show you the theory, how this works. And then next class, we could get even more deeper, but there's a lot of other ways to do it, but just the theory. So again, I have red, I mean, it's orange red actually, and I'm missing the green again, but what kind of green? It shouldn't be that strong. Green again is the yellow and blue. So here we go. We're going to use in this one vesting oil. So again, I just put a little bit of oil. And I want to dilute that oil again with a little bit yellow and blue. We're still on a red task. So that's my vesting yellow color. This is not a pigment, guys. This is a color. And this is a little bit of the blue. Okay, so we don't want to go this too much.
Can I just help a little bit? Maybe I'll help. See, looking, this is the color, right?
So cloudless? Oh.
Yeah, if we compare this color on a wheel, I think we should go with this one here, and that one is opposite. To kill that, you gotta go completely opposite, which is, I think, is gonna be this color, something like this.
So it got a little bit tint in it.
Tint in it,
also.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and make the neon green, and we're gonna add a little bit white.
Yeah.
As a tint. You don't have to add the white. Why don't we just do it without it?
Without white.
Without white,
If
and
there
then
is satisfaction, don't.
yeah. But I just want to make sure that because we're already going secondary color, I don't want to. So let's see how much we're gonna need it. Small white pads.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Take some of this over here. Too much coloring. Too much color. Yeah, you just want to make sure this is very transparent, because if you go too much, then you're going to show it in the grains, and we don't want that. So. Yeah, right, okay. Okay. Even without white, so. When you go ahead and put the color right there, I kill the pink, right? Let me just wet this. This was the oil.
Yeah.
Just refresh that oil. Okay. Yeah. Let's. This is the one. The first one is just the red oak. The second one is, I think I got too much green. And third one, I think I hit it right on it, right? So you can see it's perfect color as the white oak.
You want to try?
No, because before I try, I want to also do what Vartan said. I'm going to do another one here by adding a little bit of a
then you will get raw white oak look.
kind of, it's difficult to get
Out
raw.
of red oak, you're gonna get raw white oak. How about that?
Well, that's what Vartan is promising, but I don't think.
I'm hoping.
You're hoping. Okay, don't try this at home. So I'm putting a little bit tint, like remember showing a color wheel, Vartan?
This one.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the toning we want to go, but I still got, okay, Vartan. Still got it, a little bit.
Maybe add a little more. A bit more white and more blue, maybe.
A little bit more white. Okay, I don't want to paint it white. That's why I'm be careful. So Vartan wanted to cool it down a little bit, and I agree. You see, now I'm closer to that kind of turquoise, green, blue, you know. I need a lot of these white ones, white pads, yeah. So here we go down here. Wow, getting there. Take basically. Okay. As you see, it's almost keeping the wood color there, like a dry effect, not even going to that strong red look, the bottom, the last one,
Like a row.
but keeping a little bit white inside. You will notice it, a lot of oils, they might not look clear. I love to have a pure clear oil. They automatically putting some white tint in it to not yellow the wood when they're using it. But I think I'd rather have my oil clear and add a tint if I need to, okay? If I need to. So basically, I might not need it because I'm going to show you if I'm going to the darker species, that tint comes automatically mixed in the woods. They are not going to be good for the darker species, which I will do it in a minute. So basically, that's it for how to kind of manipulate the red oak to a white oak. And that's the way I do it, and I think it's a very, very big difference. So there is a really an advanced level of this, but I think this is for you to start to practice, and then we will go next level. Next class, I can show you a lot more things, because in the wood grain, there's the three components which really makes the color. You know, it's a lignin and lignin, tannin, and also the pigment. So we can kind of neutralize those the other way, and then we can go back with the solid color. But this is one thing that I wanted to show. The next one
is bringing
let's just do this.
cheaper kind of walnut.
I don't like to use the word cheaper. I want
Cheaper
to
color.
yeah.
Put it this way.
Okay.
It's nice walnut.
Okay, let's clean these things up a little bit. Okay, so I have a beautiful black walnut. You could see that the color is totally black, and I have another piece of walnut. The color is kind of pinkish, so you will see it more when I put it on a little bit oil on it. Right? I don't think we should wet it with water, because the oil does just enough difference. So like you could see, that's the true color of the walnut, kind of pink. Actually, I'm good over there. And then if I go ahead and put on this piece of walnut, you could see the color difference. Look at how beautiful that walnut is. Totally brown. This one is kind of reddish purple. Don't forget, we're using these regular lights, and these lights are not a high CRI.
We have our light.
I have a high CRI light over here.
We'll be back with video later.
Yeah,
The other classes.
when you're gonna watch the full video, you will appreciate it more, the CRI part, because if you look at it, you could see the real color differences there. Okay, so now what I want to do I want to make this piece of walnut match this, because this could be also in the floor, very, very pink one. And I want to bring it to that beautiful brown. The mixture I have here, I think that will be good enough for it. I think that's too strong. So if I go ahead and put that on, look at the difference, you know? Difference is huge. Let me wet this. Just a little tint, and look at the difference, right? How big of a difference that is such an attractive, light, beautiful walnut color and doesn't have that pink in it. You see how the pink dyed? And it gets close to this walnut right here, which originally it's got that color in it, like you see. I don't know. I want to, later on, I want you guys to let me know if the lighting was good enough or not. I see that at the end, it's kind of reddish, and that's matching to this brownish color. So I think we're clear with the green, with reds, pinks, and a little bit in a purple, so it works. The other thing I want to do
White.
Yeah, the other thing we get a lot yellow. People don't like to see on the wood floors the yellow, and most of the time that happens because the finish gets yellow. Okay, so
This is Denison.
yeah, I have a nice Denison plank here, which we can throw this away, Martin. Which I'm gonna go ahead and put, white oil on it. I have one side water pop and one side not water pop. Again, this is a little bit advanced. We will talk more about these things during our more advanced class. I don't want to get too much involved in this. I just want to show how to kill the yellow. But water popping does a lot of difference on the wood. What it does, opens up the grains, and you get nice absorption of color into the wood, so almost doubling it up, So I'm going to put some vesting white oil, LED oil here, and then this could be any base coat oil for any kind of top coat. You can use this as 2 coats of this as a finish, but at the same time, you can use this and put a poly over it. You could put any water-based poly or any oil-based poly. Yeah, put more. First, I want to put white, because over the white, when I put a sealer coat, let's say if I were going to put water-based poly, even though we say water-based polys, they're the least yellowing polys, but they do yellow. As soon as they cure, they give that yellow over like a very strong white like this. Yeah. So we good, I think. We good. So basically, I burnish the oil on, and I'm going to wipe the excess off. As you see, this part is water popped and this part is not. The water pop took a lot more color. If I have this bigger pad, I can do a little bigger.
Of course. We prepared nice piece of Innocent.
Yeah, we bought this big piece of Denison wood, and here I am not using it.
We just don't want to run out of time now because
It's such a nice piece of plank. I cannot resist, you know?
maybe I help you, huh?
Yeah, instead of sitting and watching me, you can do the other side, Mr. Vartan.
I want to make sure you're doing everything right.
Ah, yeah, Vartan, I'm assistant, he's assisting me.
You should move fast like this.
Oh, okay. I'm not young like you. So, okay. Yeah, basically you're burnishing until it cannot absorb anymore. And no, that's it. That's enough. Give me a clean pad. Yeah, I'm gonna need a clean pad. Okay. So on the big area, you will use a buffer or, you know, orbital orec. So look, I got a beautiful white color on. This side is water pop and this side is not. That's why it takes a little less. Here I can dry it with my small light, or I can use the larger light to dry. Glasses. Okay. So when you dry the UV LED product, in that second, it will get a little bit yellow. And it will, like 90% will come back. But now, this is my surface. So if I go ahead, everybody will love to keep the floors like this. And that's why a lot of oils, we use straight white oil and leave it white, so they stay bright like this. But in reality, they're going to get dirty very quick because they got a lot of pigment in it, and they're not going to be that good of, you know, the protected. So a lot of time you'll go ahead and put a clear coat over this. But I just want to show you any clear coat, when it dries, it gets yellow. So let's say I take the clear coat of Heidelberg. I can do that over Weston. And this is a very neutral, clear oil.
Which one is gloss?
This is gloss, yeah. I just want to show, if you put it on, when you put this on over mahogany, you're going to see completely different thing. You're not going to see this yellowness, right? But now when you go over white, you're going to see the yellowness. You know, it's going to get pretty yellow. And dry with this. Can I have it, Chris? Can I have it? Okay, show the yellow right away. You see, it got pretty yellow. I mean, it will go away, most of it, but it's still going to stay. But what I'm trying to show you, let's say if you're going over maple or something, you will get that yellow tone. And what do you do to make that yellow disappear? Let's put this in aside for a minute. If we are going back to color theory, Now, where's the color wheel? So now we have yellow. If you have yellow, what's opposite from yellow? What we're missing? We're missing red and blue, right? For my three colors. So red and blue together, it makes the violet. So if I put violet inside of my clear, that yellow should disappear. Let's try that and see if that's going to do it. So basically, every time you want to put a clear coat and you want to keep that white in there, you can go ahead and put little violet in the clear so you can kill that yellow. And I rather have my clear neutral like that than have anything inside, any tint or anything inside. So if you put also a little tint in it, even it will get more, it's even better. If you're going over clear wood, not a color, the tint will help it. But here, I just want to go back to the, let's back to the color theory. Let's make it very light because you don't want it very strong.
Yeah, we don't have the time.
Yeah, but it's okay. Here, use this here. Yeah, Bartan got this. I think for me, it's a little bit too strong.
No, you should mix it with pure.
Yeah, so here is my violet. You see how little I use the violet in there. Not too strong. It's kind of see-through, but a little bit violet in it to kill the yellow. Okay, so let's bring that wood back here. I got it. Okay. I'm going to put it right next to it. I shouldn't have done it fully. I want to put it right next to it so we could see. It's totally violet, but once we put it on and cure it, it shouldn't give me any yellow. Like that. Okay, I already don't see yellow in it. Okay, I take the light. Next is the light.
Show before you cure it.
Before I cure it, you already don't see it, but you see a little bit violet there. That violet will disappear. So, I'm gonna give a second. Just a little second. And I want to do one more, little bit more violet while this is. And I want to make one more, just a little bit more violet. So it depends how thick you go and how much you put it on. It's like a little strong. Good, Martin.
It's okay. Yeah, you could have done even stronger, but it's okay.
I could also, maybe this is my chance to put a little bit white, or we do the white separate. We have the time?
No, we don't.
I don't have the time.
9 more minutes.
9 more
We have
minutes,
to answer
okay.
the question.
Okay, we're not gonna make it to the, this is white.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, see this one, the back. I could have mixed it in there, or I could mix it separate. I wanted to really show the tint in a white. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So,
Yeah, 2 minutes. A little bit.
yeah, I'm gonna need 2 minutes to settle this, and then we will talk. Like, I'm gonna leave this 2 minutes to settle, and then I will go ahead and talk. What's the last one?
Red with green. Layering red with green.
Okay,
Kind of something like that we did from the beginning.
From
Now
the
we
front.
have to answer the questions.
okay,
We
but
don't have no time.
let me just finish this up. Okay, so basically, if you see it, the difference here, this one got a little tint in it, totally out because I put a lot of strong violet. This one is violet without tint. And then the third one in the middle is the yellow, it's still on it. Basically, it's a really fine tuning, but the violet is the one it's killing my yellow there. So I don't know if you caught that or it was a little confusing. So basically, clearly the red, yellow, blue, the color theory, the way it works.
So
Shall
Awesome.
we?
So we do have some questions for you guys.
We're ready.
how
Are
much
you
time?
ready?
Okay, doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter.
I just want to know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay, the first one is some woods change color/tone over time. Do you take that into consideration during your initial color mixing stage?
Okay. Okay.
Our oil is not changing color, but the wood, if the wood changes,
Vartan, speak up a little, Vartan.
the oil we're using itself is not changing the color over the time, but the wood itself will change the color.
I understand your question a little different. What Vartan got different. He's thinking about the oil. No, I am assuming that when you put this color on or you're doing a repair, if you match that color exactly and over time that color could change. Is that the question, hopefully, right?
Yeah, it just says taking into consideration that the wood itself will be changing color over time.
The wood itself will change the color.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. There's two things could change over time. The color itself could change if you're using organic colors, but if you're using synthetic colors, they are more good quality colors. They're not going to change as much. But the wood itself, more transparent you are in a wood, more orange yellow the wood's going to get. But and also you got to take that in consideration when you're doing this type of adding a pigment on the red oak and you want it to go towards to the white oak. So I know it's going to get more yellow over the time. So when I make my green, I will make it my green less yellow because I know later on that the yellow is going to grab it from the change. That's a very good question. Usually this type of stuff, I talk more in advanced the color class, because this is just, I wanted to show how the color theory works, and then people could start practicing this before we get more deeply involved.
Excellent. Yeah, so for people who don't know, we are doing another webinar in July that's going to be a little bit more advanced color theory with Avitas and Vartan, so that'll be cool. Another question, what strategies, this is a good question, what strategies do you recommend for mixing large batches to have consistency between jobs? Do you keep a recipe for each species?
Good question.
Okay. Yes. You will have the basic color mixed. Let's say if it's a manufacturer also, they will have their basic color mixed for specific species, their own color. But every time you get a new batch of wood, let's say if it's the oak is a northern oak or southern oak, the tenant is different inside, it's going to be different. So you can tweak your color every time. So now you understand how to tweak a color, which is a great thing. Like next class, I'm going to show premixed colors. How can we tweak it? So every time you're doing a project, you can tweak your color. Depends what type of oak you're working on, or maple. They're all going to look different. So you especially in the manufacturers, they're making tables. They can tweak the color right there to keep it in the tone, like the way you saw that walnut, how different each one they look. So you could have put clear in that walnut, but also you might need to tweak it to take that purple out. Yeah, you make your batches for each species what you want, but every time you're going to use it, just see it and how you want to tweak it, because it's very easy while understanding the color theory.
Can I continue a
Yeah.
little bit? The question was how you make the color, how much color you're making to make sure to have it for future, if any repairs maybe should be done. Is that what the question is?
You can't hear the answer back, you move on.
Okay, then of course we have a recipe, we keep the recipe, we always make the color more than we need, like maybe a quart or even two quarts. When it comes to the point when we're gonna go and do a repairs or redo the project on next room, we always keep the recipe and always compare with the color. The recipe also might change. The recipe is not changing, but some pigments might be a little bit different. So always try for the identity, the color of the original color and the new color you're making. Also, matching the rooms, old and new. When you go back to continue the project in a year, for example, the original color might be already different. So there is a ways of tinting the color to, changing a little bit to match to the original.
Basically, that's more advanced. We will do that, something like that in next class. But if you're going to mix a lot of color and you're thinking that in future you're going to do another room and match exactly, if it's more transparent color, the wood itself going to get oxidation and it's not going to match that color. So you're going to do a little tinting, changing on a color to match that. But that's again, and then it's more advanced. I rather treat the wood before I put the color. So you could do either or. We will talk that in advanced class.
Sounds good. Stanley asks, are we going to have this webinar saved so we can rewatch it? Yes, absolutely. Everyone who is watching this and registered is going to get an email with a link to the webinar. I think we have time for one more question. James asked, what kind of oils are these? We don't want to go into too much detail, and we do have the last webinar with you guys, James, if you want to watch that. But do you guys want to do a quick explanation of the LED cured oils?
Yeah, these are LED cured oils. They're like basically if you used already oxidative oils, they are very similar. They're just like they cure immediately, and their colors are synthetic colors. They don't change over time. And basically using a LED technology to cure, it gives you ability to lay over and another over the colors. So you could go ledcoatingsolutions.com and you could see more about it.
But also this oil gives you opportunity of unlimited open time to work. If this oil don't see the sunlight or your light, which we're using for curing the oil. Open time is very important for oil finishes, especially color oils. It's very important. to have like consistent connections without overlapping, so the oil is not drying on you.
Yeah, basically when you're buffing in a floor, you go in room to room, you don't have to worry about the oil is going to settle or dry on you. So you have the all open time. That's really unlimited open time.
But with light, it's curing instantly right there. It's curing, not drying. Curing, you can put
Just because it's curing, you can overlap other colors over it. So you could do that tinting. If you put the color brown, like we were going to show, there's no time, and you see it's too much red or whatever inside, you want to kill that. Your second coat, you want to put it on, you can tint that and kill that red in it, and or blue, whatever.
And you don't have to abrade it between coats, right?
You don't have to braid it unless you're doing a very drastic color. So I will braid it to make it the color one. Let's say if you're doing black color and you want to go white over it, but that white you want it to look gray. So I will do a light braiding to kind of mix those colors together to make that gray instead of laying over it. If you just want to lay it over it, you don't need to braid it.
Okay, I'll ask this one more question because I think it's a quick answer. Is it best to finish all sanding before water popping? I think that answer is yes.
I didn't get the question.
Did you complete all of your sanding before you water pop?
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
Like again, in advanced class, we will talk more about water popping. It's a huge advantage. You gotta sand entire floor, water pop it, let it dry completely. Then you have to knock the grains with the red pad. We will talk more details on that, and then you put your color.
Yeah, and there is on your website, there's videos showing, like demonstrating how to do all of this too.
Yeah, and LED coating solutions, you could see a lot about water popping.
Excellent.
Few things I didn't have the time to do it, like see, like I explained, these oils, they come clear, you know, they don't have any tint inside. Some manufacturers, they'll put a tint inside. It's good because it will not show the yellow sometimes, but if you're going over the it's okay about time. If you're going over the darker woods like a walnut and all that, it will look pale. It will not give you the depth. So if you learn the color theory, you rather just take a pure color, pure oil, and then play with the tint and red and yellow, blue to get your desired color and a depth you're looking for.
Awesome. So like we said, we'll be doing another one of these more in depth in July and be able to go over some of that in more detail. But for today, our time is up. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your expertise and something that really hasn't been taught much in the wood flooring industry. So this is exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Any
Thank you.
questions, please write for us. We will answer you. And if any help you need for learning a little bit more, we will bring this up next seminar. We'll
Always
talk more
not
about
enough time.
Yeah, it's not enough. Maybe we got to talk about making this thing longer or something, because but this was not about the entire thing. This was just talking about color theory. And look at that video. Kim, you know, we have a couple more videos about which is supposed to be this.
Yeah,
was
so we can do those, I think, for the next one, right? Would be a good thing to do.
I think maybe if we can make it available for them for a video, just put that in there.
Yeah, and they're also on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, in my YouTube, because I was really gonna go not only the color theory, I was gonna show the color theory, you know, the light, you know, the Kelvin, and also the quality of the color, CRI. So they should be all seen together. We missed it in this one, but also maybe in next video we go through this again, and this because it's more important to understand how all of them work together.
Yeah, I think there was so much to digest today. That would be a great thing to go over in our July webinar.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Bye-bye.
See you.